Fernandez and Chairperson Antonio Ferrer. This is dated July 23, 2024. In this letter, Mayor, you brought to the attention of the Joint Committee the baseless and malicious accusations that are being imputed against profiting from POGO operations, allegedly receiving 5 million pesos monthly, owning luxurious cars and mansions, all of this from illegal gambling operation. Can you please enlighten us?
General is here, Sec Gen Reggie Velasco. Yes, please respond, Mayor Kapil.
Yes, Your Honor, Madam Chair. I categorically deny their accusation.
Oh, where did he find all these baseless and malicious accusations?
Through their vlog, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, before we proceed, may we know if Mayor Capel has taken his oath? Yung baseless and malicious accusations ni Pyra Lucas at Toto Kausing.
Sila po ay mga vlogger, Your Honor. Kaya, although yung case po kay Miss Pyra Lucas, na-file na po namin sa piskalya, kaya according to my lawyer, may
Distance of the allegation as contained in your letter, we will not be commenting on the judicial proceedings that are pending before the court, the one you said, sub judice. If I may proceed, Mr. Chair, I remember that because of this letter, we moved to invite Pyra Lucas and Toto Kausing.
Message. That's Pyra Luca and Toto. Si ano po ba? Si Ma'am, kayo muna o si Toto Kausing?
Ay, Mr. Chairman, dito lang kami, wala naman na kaming hinanda na speech or introductory statement. We are only here to answer whatever questions that the good Congresswoman Luis Tru would ask.
yung isa 2015 at meron po silang business permit sa amin sa munisipyo, but they insisted na sa akin daw po yun, kaya wala pong katotohanan yun, Your Honor.
Sir, can you reply on that?
Ako po ba, sir?
Ano?
Yes, kindly reply, Mr. Kausing.
Chairman, hindi ko lang maintindihan kung ano, alin ang tatanong yung tungkol sa dalawang issue kasi dito eh. Yung issue tungkol doon sa 5 million a month daw, at saka yung issue tungkol sa dalawang condotel. So, alin ang una pong ano? Kasi sinasabi niya po na baseless. Ngayon, kung ang opinion ko sa dalawa, sa akusasyon niya una, sa 5 million a month, wala po akong sinabi sa vlog ko na 5 million a month. Ngayon, pagdating naman po sa condotel, binlog ko na rin po yan na condotel na ayon sa informante ko, nasa kanya yan. Kaya tinatayuan po namin ito, Your Honors, na totoo po ang aming nakuha na kinwento ng aming tinatawag na informante. But of course, yan ang sinabi ng informant ko sa akin. At ang isa sa mga informante ko dito ay nag-identify niya sa sarili niya as isa siya sa malapit, nakatira malapit doon. At kinwento nga rin, nung pinapagawa yan, renovation, ay kinikwento na nagyabang pa nga si Mayor na siya na may-ari nun. Patungkol naman ata, I just do not know how it happened na nagsalita siya na may 5 million a month na sinabi. Ang sinabi ko, nakakakuha siya ng pera. At ang basihan ko po, Mr. Chairman, ay yung statement nila na binigay sa Senate na 10,000 lamang po kada taon ang kinukuha nila na property tax o real property tax o di ka amilyar mula sa mga property ng POGO. So, at sa business tax o mayor's permit, sinabi nila, sila mismo sabi na 4,000 lamang kada taon. So, doon ko po binase ang aking logical conclusion at kinwenta ko ang maaring magiging property tax ng 46 o 43 buildings at binase ko rin po sa inamin ng engineer nila na nag-submit ang nagpatayo o Whirlwind o di kaya Royal Lucky South 99 ng bills of materials na umaabot sa 1 billion 70 million. At kung ganun ang materials cost, ibig sabihin po, bilang civil engineer din ako, na sa ngayon, ang estimated labor cost din po ay almost the same sa materials cost. So kung kwentahin mo, ibig sabihin po, ang most reasonable fair market value ng lahat ng building ay 2 billion. Ngayon, pagkakwenta, paano mo kwentahin ngayon ang real property tax? So kukunin muna ang fair market value which is 2 billion, then multiply it with assessment level na binigay ng batas which is 50% para sa mga commercial, tapos i-multiply mo, magiging 1 billion. Pagkatapos, kukunin ang real property tax is equals to 1% times assessed value. So assessed value is 1 billion times 1%, that is 10 million a year. Tapos ang lupa pa, sabihin na lang natin na 5,000 per square meter. Ang kinikwenta ko, pag 5,000 per square meter sa 10 hektarya, abot po ng mga abot sa 500 million. So kung kukunin mo po yung tinatawag na assessed value, that is 250 million. At kung kwentahin mo po yung real property tax niya based on assessed value, which is 1%, that is also 2,500,000. So if that is so, ang tinatago na pera mula sana sa property tax at saka sa business taxes ay umaabot mahigit 12 billion. Yun lang po ang sinabi ko po.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, kasi may nabasa ako dito from Mayor Capili, that Mayor JBC Capili has a house and lot worth 50 million near the Porac Pogo site. Saan galing tong statement na to?
Sa kanila po, nung una yun yung claim nila. Kaya sinabi ko, pag may nakita sila na bahay ko kahit worth 1 million lang sa kanila na, pero wala naman silang nakita. Then, yung condo na naman, pag nakita po nila, nasa akin po yun, sa kanila rin, I will sign an affidavit. Pag nakita po nila na sa akin, sa kanila na rin po. Para may pagkita po na talagang wala tayong tinatago. Kasi napakabilis po nilang magsabi na meron kang ganito, pero pag nakita naman nila na wala, parang wala lang sa kanila, pero nasira na po yung pangalan mo. Una, sabi nila, sa akin daw yung lupa ng Pogo. Nung nakita naman na hindi sa akin, hindi man sila nag-apologize. Yung problem po sa lupa, 2017 may court decision na, 2019 pa lang ako naupo. Kine-claim din na ako yung kasabwat doon, 2019 pa lang po ako naupo. Kaya I don't know kung ano po ang may galit po ba sila sa akin para sirain nila ako ng ganito. Sana po, kasi po ako'y halal din ng taong bayan at siyempre I have to protect my leadership then as the mayor, na hindi po pwede na sirain mo na lang ang isang tao without any proof na paano po ang aking pagkatao. Your Honor. Thank you.
Is this true, Toto Kausing, that you have mentioned the 50 million pesos worth of house and lot in the property that he mentioned? And as well, kasi nakasulat dito mga luxury cars that binili na ni Mayor Kapili. Totoo po ba na sabi niyo po yun?
Mr. Chairman, mga sinabi ko rin sa vlogging ko na yung dalawang kondo, yun ang tinuturo doon sa 50 million na estimate. Estimate lang yun yung presyo ng buildings na yun. At with regard to the sports cars, sinabi rin po yun sa akin na informant ko. So ang sports car na sinabi sa akin na informant ko, meron siyang BMW, meron siyang Porsche, at meron din siyang luxury car na Toyota Land Cruiser na may bulletproof. So yan po ang aking mga sinabi sa akin, informante ko. Well, if he denies it, then that is also his right to deny. Pero sa amin naman po, bilang vlogger, ay umaasa kami sa mga informante na nagbibigay po sa amin ng information at binabase ko rin sa katotohanan pagkatapos ko manood sa mga Senate hearings na kung saan ay maraming butas ang kanyang mga kinikwento. So kapani-paniwala po ang binigay sa akin ng aking informante. Ganun lamang po, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I wish to invite the attention of Toto Kausing. You are being challenged by Mayor Kapil. I understand and I do not discount the fact that iba yung beneficial owner, iba yung registered owner. But if you have proof to show na mayroon talagang pag-aaring condotel, luxury car, armored vehicle, just like what you are saying today, I hope you can show proof because the mayor has challenged you already. Pag may napatunayan ka daw, ibibigay na niya sa'yo. That is for the manifestation, Your Honor.
May I answer now? So anyway, ganito po yan, Mr. Chairman. Yung kwento sa akin, kinlaro ko yung kwento sa akin ng aking informante. So, meaning to say, I do not have any evidence to show that it was his or whatever, but I only...
Mr. Chair, with all due respect, but I wish to interrupt Toto Kausing. This is an inquiry in aid of legislation. We do not allow hearsay evidence. We do not allow testimony if the declarant has no personal knowledge. So until and unless Toto Kausing has personal knowledge of all the accusations against Mayor Kapil, I think we need to come up with a resolution on whether to allow him to continue attending our hearing. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, we take note of the observation of the committee that it seems that the statement of Mr. Kausing are all hearsay and he has no personal knowledge about the issues at hand. And in that case, I would like to ask you from refraining to continue replying to the questions raised by Congresswoman Luistro. In this case, at the moment, Chairman Dan Fernandez also has a question to Ms.
No, I really don't have a question right now, Mr. Chairman. But it seems that it's already 5 o'clock. And we have invited so many resource speakers on today's hearing. But unfortunately, it's getting already late in the afternoon. So our apology, if I may, Mr. Chairman, because we have invited yung mga sa PNP and we were not able to discuss the issue of the unsolved killings in Central Luzon. We will be discussing that in the next hearing, Mr. Chairman. And as well, the issue on those incorporators that we have invited. The Lucky South 99, the Sunyu one, they did not attend, and we issued already the show cause order, and hopefully in the next hearing, they will be attending on our Quadcom. And also the motion for reconsideration of Ms. Ronelyn Baterna, who was cited in contempt on August 7, 2024, and ordered detained in the House premises for 30 days. There was a motion for reconsideration, and I believe, Mr. Chairman, that we need to have a discussion with this person. So I don't know what's the pleasure of the body with regards to her temporary detention in the House of Representatives. And lastly, Mr. Chairman, we have invited also the anti-money laundering, the Department of Foreign Affairs, NBI, the PIDEA, the Bureau of Immigration, BIR, SEC, the PAOK-TF, Anti-Money Laundering Council, and a lot of the department heads that have attended in this Quadcom. But we were never given the opportunity na matanong po natin sila. So, Mr. Chairman, our apology. And I hope that we can invite them again in the next hearing so we
Mr.
can
Chair.
propound questions.
Am I recognized?
Yes, after, are you done, Chairman?
Yes, I'm done, Mr. Chairman.
Mr.
Okay,
Chair, for
Congresswoman
Ms. Baterna, I understand that she has filed a reconsideration about the contempt and detention order. But I respectfully manifest, Mr. Chair, that there are witnesses already who executed affidavits in possession of the PAOK, establishing her connection with Lucky South 99. That is a manifestation.
Okay, and the information was shared to you by the PAOK?
Mr. Chair, I have copy of the affidavits, reason why I earlier moved for the invitation
Okay.
of the 4 witnesses which are with the PAOK, Mr. Chair.
Okay, since, is that an objection to the request for reconsideration by Ms. Baterna?
Yeah, wag muna.
Chairman.
May objection niya yun.
Chairman.
Yes, no, is that an objection?
It is a manifestation, Mr. Chair, because I understand she is our only link to Lucky South 99. Cassie Ong is nowhere to be found. The resource speakers attending in our hearing refuse to acknowledge their connection to Lucky South. And I lament that in our today's hearing, most of the resource speakers in Pogo controversy did not appear. So, Mr. Chair, I want to bring to the attention of the Quadcom that Ms. Baterna is our only link to Lucky South 99. But I, of course, submit to the wisdom of the honorable chairs.
Okay, the manifestation of Congresswoman Jinky Luistro seems to be an objection to the request of Ms. Baterna for a reconsideration that she requested the committee to be released from detention. But I guess the pleasure, what is the pleasure of the body?
Mr. Chair, considering the manifestation of Congresswoman Luistro, and I have a lot of questions as well to the person of Ronelyn Baterna. And I hope that she still stays in the premises of the House of Representatives. In all reality, the manifestation of Congressman Luistro makes sense. And she's the only link doon po sa mga iniimbestigahan nating mga incorporators. And as a matter of fact, Mr. Chairman, we have invited all the incorporators of those corporations and they did not attend on today's hearing. What more if we will be allowing her to be out of our jurisdiction? And so I support the manifestation of Congresswoman Luistro.
So can somebody put that into motion so that the committee can rule on the objections of both Congresswoman Luistro and Congressman Fernandez?
Sabihin na pala Congressman natin siya eh.
Mr. Chair,
Chairman Acop?
maybe it would be wise for us to consult the member of the committee who moved for the to file or to move for the contempt of Miss Ronaldin Baterna. And that guy is the Honorable Chairman Paduano. So maybe we ask his opinion.
Kaya nga, Mr. Che, kanina pa ako gusto magsalita because I was the one who moved to cite her in contempt. Now, Mr. Chairman, ganito lang po. He was cited in contempt based on violation of paragraph C of our internal rules, section 11. Now, of course, I do believe that as of now, she is only the person or the witness linked to Lucky South 999. But still, Mr. Chairman, the process with regards to contempt, and she sent a request for that contempt to be lifted. But of course, unless until Ms. Taberna will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in all questions that will be raised by the members of this committee, hindi pwede i-lift yung contempt order, Mr. Chairman. Now, ang question lang, we're running out of time. And a lot of members wants to ask question for Ms. Taberna to prove that indeed he will tell the truth. Now, Mr. Chairman, that's why since we have no sufficient time in today's hearing, I joined the motion manifestation of Congressman Luis Ro. Yeah, I join your manifestation. I don't need a motion because that is just a motion for recon. Now, I join the manifestation of the good Vice Chairperson of Public Accounts, Mr. Chairman, that as of now, we will not lift the contempt order and detention order for Ms. Baterna, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano. So, the statement made by Congressman Paduano likewise seems to be an objection to the request for a motion for recon. So in that case, the chair still awaits for a motion so that we can rule on whether we will consider the request of Ms. Baterna. Is there any motion?